away, we're gonna seize the day. We got some crazy games to play today.
Game Away.
Hey gamers, Alex from Game Away here. This game has some big shoes to fill with it replacing Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite for EVO this year. So Arc System Works' newest game, BlazBlue Crosstag Battle, is in my hands right now. So, let's see if it lives up to the hype, shall we? I'm a longtime fan of the BlazBlue franchise and still actively playing the last iteration, Central Fiction. So, for them to cross over multiple franchises together, such as Under Night In-Birth, Persona 4 Arena, and the groundbreaking show from Rooster Teeth, RWBY, on paper, it looks pretty hype, I won't lie. Especially with its well-known fast-paced gameplay, flashy combos, and the anime aesthetic, you have me sold, right? Well, maybe. I've played a good fourth of the story mode as well as the survival mode, tactics mode, training, versus, theater, and the gallery mode. So, you have a complete game out of the box. Wait, this is a fighting game, right? And where do fighting games come from and always have on the console version? The flippin' arcade! Guys, there's no arcade, I'm speechless. So if you want all those points to get all your almost copyright infringing color palettes on your characters, I guess we have to play the actual story or survival mode.
What about the story?
Oh yeah, the story mode. Honestly, the expectations I had for the story mode were really low. Like, really low, because they always have this visual novel-like aesthetic in prior games, but much to my surprise, I actually enjoyed what it had to offer. With a fully voiced English cast, the jokes don't fall flat, the tensions rise, and the fan service shines. Like, I laughed a lot through it, but it doesn't change the fact it has a really cheesy plot that I won't spoil for you guys. But, in the end, it has some replayability regarding the overall decisions you make to change what ending you will get. I got the bad ending, okay, and I'm still kinda pissed! A fighting game needs to offer a guiding hand and a tutorial mode for longtime fans trying to get used to the new mechanics or for the newcomers. BlazBlue Crosstag approaches this well with an easy-to-understand tactics mode. One feature is that the option to demonstrate the way the combo or the action itself is supposed to look, especially if you're not familiar with counting the frames. In the end, it's quite helpful so you can execute that tasty combo. Keeping in line with the past games, the anime aesthetic is here in full force with some quality of life changes that enhance the fighting experience. Each arena is beautifully crafted with excellent lighting and allows each stage to stand out from the rest, especially with backgrounds that are super over the top as expected from a BlazBlue game, which is nice. But the character sprites are another story. BlazBlue goes back to Continuum Shift from the Xbox 360, PS3 era with the dated sprites/models along with Persona's specific art style with it differentiating from each other. Like, look at them, they're so old! You can especially see the difference with those brand spanking new models from RWBY. During gameplay, you really can't tell much, but if standing side by side, it's pretty obvious. So in all, not half bad to be honest, but it could bother some. Well, I should mention that this game has a bit of an issue with the models basically floating in midair. Like, the shadows aren't even connected, so yeah, just floating right there in midair. On a better note, you have some crazy color palettes that are hidden references to other games, anime, and or comics, which is awesome especially when it's borderline copyright. Like Gordo's Gambit skin is pretty freaking awesome. I'm not the biggest fan of the business approach in fighting games these days, where they simplify the mechanics to bring newcomers to the genre like, guys, Triple tapping square or X is ridiculous, especially when the only difference in the full combo is just jump canceling in between. Like, ugh, this is not okay. Like, no! But while playing the tutorial very in depth, the bread and butter lies underneath the auto combos because it separates a difference in type of gameplay, especially being an esports game. But with its interesting tag system that's not trash like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, or example, the way you can create a bond with your partner really expands the concept of tagging in and out, as well as the tag meter that goes along with the resonance blaze when you have only one character left, and the clash button that goes into the combinations with supers and meter burns, so it shines overall. But anywho, let's talk about the characters. The icing to the cake, am I right? The game went through many changes to make everything work with its vast franchises because Arc Systems has such complexity with their BlazBlue games, with almost every character having a different playstyle. For example, Hakumen has a long sword equipped with a counter and a meter specifically for his counter. The more the move is used, the meter fills up. As well as Under Night In-Birth's toppling meter mechanic to do more damage, and Persona's stance, Personas, with having their own button for that. So in the end, not half bad gameplay. The flow is good, and guys, these RWBY characters are sick as fudge. But not a fan of the good chunk of the roster being DLC though, even though I bought it anyway. Because before launch, they announced that 20 characters are DLC, like, ugh! And it's not like they're even new characters by any means. Plus 2 RWBY characters are DLC as well. Yeah, 2 are a part of that list. Well, at least there's almost endless amounts of tag duos and team combinations like mine. Hashtag lollies with Ease and Ruby. Well, as of playing since the 18th of June, the online and regular matches, the game plays really well. Not bad netcode, the online is good, and the frame rate is great, offline and online. To top it off, I have no input lag at all while playing on a launched PS4. No pro, just the original. This'll be the day we're waiting for. This'll be the day we open up the door.
Alex.
What?
Alex.
What? Oh, sorry.
You should be finishing the review, dude.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was listening to the awesome soundtrack, and those characters' one-liners, they really cracked me up. Really though, the audio and the voices are really great with being able to go from English dub or Japanese if you honestly hate the dub. But with the English dub, you really get the best experience with all, and I mean all, character interactions, nonetheless being different franchises. Such as Ruby basically drools over everyone's weapons, especially Ragna's, but Ruby's voice sometimes gets pretty annoying. Guys, don't even get me started on the soundtrack, like, every track, great main theme, 10 out of 10. And after listening to the opening for RWBY, ain't half bad for before primarily being an intro song, so in the heat of battle, it's pretty hype. Not even the lobby songs are bad. It has a perfect feel for a BlazBlue game, and that's a selling point for me. So for anyone who's willing to get the collector's edition, the soundtrack is worth slapping into your car on your way to the next tourney. I mean, you know I will. But if you didn't get the collector's edition, it still comes with a mini sample CD, but you need to check whether it works in your CD players since it's a mini disc. The age-old question. Should you play this game? Well, yes, but not without acknowledging its flaws. Not having an arcade mode, the ridiculous amount of the roster being DLC, and having auto combos. With that being said, game is still worth it, but not $60. More like $30 to $40 in my opinion. Thank you for watching my review of BlazBlue Crosstag Battle. Any comments, questions, or concerns, please let us know in the comments down below, and we will see if you can escape your crossing fate.